Hello, my friends. Welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. This is what I'm up to today. I have here a bear mold. And then another bear mold. Now it looks like inside of this bear mold, I'm going to stretch him out a bit and we're going to take a look in there. It looks like he's got a little patch right there. So, I don't know, maybe we can showcase that a little bit. There's his little face and his little hands. And then this one, his face looks really cute. And then there's take a look in the rest of him. So, if you're interested in watching me create that, then kick back, relax, and let's get to it. Now, these are supposed to be some of those little bears that hang on the side of your pot. Now, I'm going to take this Let's Resin Chameleon powder in blue, and we're going to dust it in this one's eyes. Now, this one right here, he looks like, just looking at the mold from the inside, it looks like this one might have that furry look to him. You know, because I can see lumps and bumps inside of the mold. So it looks like he's going to come out furry looking. And the other one, I can't really tell what's going on in that mold, y'all. It's strange. Very strange. I thought maybe some parts of it's going to be matte and some not. So I'm very interested to see what our casting is going to look like out of the other one. I'm going to add a little bit more to this eye on the right because the left looked a little bit darker. Now I'm going to take one of my little micro brushes and put a little bit of alcohol on it, and I'm going to clean up a little bit around those eyes. And you'll see me clean as I go because I find that works better for me. Because if I go ahead and do all the work and not do any cleanup as I go, it kind of overwhelms me at the cleanup when I get done. So I try to clean as I go. So I'm going to clean my brush with this little sponge looking thing right here. And it's dry. It doesn't have anything on it. I just run my brush in there and dust it and get off the other color that I used. Something's on my mold right here. And I got to get it off. It's getting on my nerves. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in the cap down here so I can dip out of that cap instead of the bottle. And I can kind of control what I'm getting on my brush a little bit better. And I'm going to try to flip it out a little bit so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And we're going to go ahead and dust his nose first. Now he's got a little heart shape inside of his nose too. So when we get done dusting here, I'm going to try to take one of my micro brushes and put a little bit of alcohol on it and try to bring out that heart in the nose without removing a lot of the mica powder that we put in here. And this mold here is very flexible, very soft silicone, and it's very easy to turn inside out and brush inside of it. And I did get these two molds from Temu. Now I'm taking that micro brush and we're going to try to clean up that heart in his nose. See? Do you see it? I need to clean it up just a little bit more. Now. Then I'm going to take my Q-tip and I'm going to dry that up a little bit. Because I don't want it to be wet in there. Now, I think I'm going to try to get a heart to put in there in his nose. But I don't think these are going to work. They look too small. See, they just look too small. So I found these that are a little bit bigger, and the size would definitely work, but the color's off. This is like pastel colors for Easter. And I wanted a gold or a red. So I kept looking. And I found some more. Woohoo! And it's got red, pink, and gold in it. So gold is just what I was looking for. So I'm going to grab one of those out of there. And we're going to see if we can put it in the nose when we get our resin out. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. So I put a little bit more of that mica powder down in the top there. And we're going to go ahead and dust the mica in his foot down here. And I'm going to go ahead and dust his feet, his arms, his ears in both molds. And I sped it up a little bit, you know, because you've all seen the molds being dusted with mica powder. So I just sped it up a little bit. But I'm not going to play any music. I'm going to talk through it. We got some bad news yesterday. And now we have a funeral to attend. When we first moved here, my husband got a job with this man that owned a company, and he built houses. But he done mostly framing. And so my husband worked for him for years. He doesn't work for him anymore, but they keep up with each other, you know, from time to time. And we did learn about 3 years ago that his wife had the early onset of Alzheimer's. And then last year we learned that he was dealing with some health problems himself. So we learned yesterday that his son, it's his stepson, but he raised him basically. I can't say this word, y'all, on my channel, but I'm going to try to say a word that you might know what I'm talking about. His stepson went out to the lake and he offed himself. He was around 28 to 30 years old. And he did that because he had cancer 2 years ago, and then it went into remission. They said they got rid of it. Well, he went back to the doctor last week with some problems, and the cancer was back. So I guess that's why he went out to the lake and done what he did. Nobody knows, you know. There was no letter, no nothing. So we can only speculate as to why he did it. But that the family is really, really going through it right now. You know, I couldn't imagine what he is dealing with. You know, I mean, he's been going through a lot. And then to have this happen is just terrible, terrible. So, if I could just ask for y'all to just pray for that family, I would really appreciate it. Okay, now back to a little project here. I'm just trying to dust that foot right here. I think this might be the last little foot that I have to dust. But we do have the ears up top left, I do believe. Okay, so we got all that done. His tail, we need to do his tail. This one had a section for the tail, and the other one didn't. It may have, but I didn't see it. We'll know when we get them out, won't we? And we're going to do something different and fun with this one that I've got in my hand, because he's a little bit deeper than the other one. So I thought this might work, you you know, my idea that I got may work for this one. But this is the one I was telling you looks funny inside. Now we got to do his ears. I've never really seen a mold look like this before. And I have seen a lot of molds. This one's just very strange. I'm going to take my little Q-tip here and do some cleanup. Now, we left his bow tie. He's got a bow tie in there. So let's just use that Let's Resin holographic glitter in blue and do his little bow tie. I hope this holographic glitter really shows up when we demold it. I don't know if it's going to or not, but I hope it does. I think it's going to be very cute. And his eyes are done in the holographic glitter too. So I hope it's going to be beautiful. Okay, I think we got him all dusted. Both of them. We got our little heart here. So now we need to choose some colors for him. So for the smaller bear, we're going to do him in this color right here. In bronze. So I'm going to put a little bit of that mica powder down in the cup and a little bit of resin and get it stirred up real good. So that way we don't incorporate more bubbles into our cup. We're going to get that mica stirred up real good and just a little bit of resin. And now we're going to add the resin to our cup and stir it up just a little bit, making sure I get the sides of the cup and the bottom of the cup. That color is beautiful. And I'm going to take this heart and dip it in a little bit of resin and stick it down in his nose. And I don't know if it's going to stay there. It's not really wanting to fit. So maybe we should have done 2 of the smaller hearts. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get a good turnout for this. But we're going to try. I'm going to heat it up a little bit with my heat gun. And I'll let that degas for about 5 minutes, the resin. So now we're going to go ahead and pour it into the mold. And I'm trying to control where it goes first, because I want to make sure it gets down into those hands. You know, so it seeps down in there and doesn't flow real fast in there. Because if it flows fast in there, it may capture a bubble. So now I'm going to heat it up with my heat gun. That color is beautiful. I think it's going to have a really good turnout for a bear. Now some of that black mica floated to the back here, the powder. So I'm just dipping it out of there with my Q-tip right here. That Q-tip is soaking that mica right up. Now we're going to scoot that one out of the way. And then we're going to work on our other little bear. Now this is grape colored in the chameleon powder. Let's Resin chameleon powder. Now what I want to try to do here is I want to try to get like a water look. Like it looks like water. But I want it to be in the chameleon powder. Because we're going to put black behind this color. And I'm hoping we can showcase some of that chameleon look to it. But I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. So I don't want this real dark, because what we're going to put in the belly of the bear, I want to be able to see it. And this is too dark, y'all. This is too dark. I don't want it this dark. So I'm going to have to make some more resin, and we're going to have to lighten this up a bit. In the meantime, this is what we're going to put in the belly of the bear. And what this is a plastic spear pendant. And here's the bag. I got them from Hobby Lobby. And I took my snippers and snipped off the little part that you hang it from, because we don't need that. And then we're going to take these inclusions right here by Recollections, and I'm going to dip some out in each side of the spear. If I can get them in the spear. One of them had a little bit more than the other, so I'm just trying to even them out a little bit. Now I have some really cute fish right here. And I got these from Hobby Lobby too. And they are so colorful and so cute. So we're just going to drop some down on each side of that spear. And then I'm going to join the spears together, and I'm going to snap it shut. Right like that. And then we're going to put this in the belly of the bear. He's going to have a belly full of fish. And I'm going to hope that you can shake him and, you know, the fish move around in the spear pendant. So now we got to lighten up our color here. So I've got some more resin right here, and I'm going to pour it into the cup. And then we're just going to add some of this until I get the color exactly the way I want it. See the difference in that? Now I'm going to add some more resin to the cup. Because we're not going to fill the bear completely up. We're going to top him off with black. I'm going to add a little bit more of that darker color to this. And that looks good right there. Now I'm going to drop my little ball down in there. Introduce it to the resin. Something was in there and I dipped it out with my my stick here. And I'm just making sure that it's going to be okay in the resin. It's not going to seep resin inside of the spear. And everything looks good. I'm checking my bear out, making sure I cleaned it out good before we drop that resin down in there. Now I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol into the mold. And now we're going to go ahead and pour. Now I'm going to drop that spear down in there. And I know it's going to float. So I need to make sure that I don't put a whole lot of resin in here, because we kind of want it to be close to the mold. Because if we don't, then it may look foggy looking. And I'm just dipping out some of that black mica that I see floating around in there. That came from the some of it that we brushed in the mold. But I don't see a lot of it floating around. So that's really good. So I'm just going to pick it up and let you take a look at it. It looks like I put too much resin in there. So I'm going to have to pour a little bit out. Yeah, it's got a little bit too much in there. I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun. And I do end up pouring some of that resin out of there. I'm going to spritz a little alcohol in there. Okay, now we're back. And that part has cured. It's not fully cured. You know, it's kind of like at a jelly state. But not to the point where what I'm putting behind it can seep down into the other resin, if that makes sense. So now I put some of that carbon black mica by Pearl X down in my cup here, and I put a little bit of resin in there, and I'm just stirring it up really good, making sure there's no lumps of mica in my cup. And now I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of the resin in the cup, and I'm going to stir that up. Making sure I get the sides of the cup and the bottom of the cup really good. And I sped this part up a little bit to save on time. We're going to drop a little bit of glitter down in here too. And see if it looks good. I think it's going to look really good. And I'm just going to stir that glitter up in there. Because you know I got to have my glitter. I am a glitter girl. I love sparkly, shiny things. I'm going to spray a little bit of alcohol in the mold. And now we're going to go ahead and pour. I did let that sit for 5 minutes to degas. For a minute there, I was getting scared that it wasn't going to cover the ball in there, the little spear in there, but it did. So we're going to use my heat gun and heat it up. Pop those surface bubbles or any that may be sitting on the side of the mold. I'm going to run my stick around the edges there. Okay, now it's time to demold our bears. And we're going to start with this little brown one. And remember, I thought he was going to come out fuzzy looking. Let's see if I was right. Yes, he looks furry looking. Okay, we didn't get our heart on the nose. It didn't turn out, so that's a bummer. But he is too stinking cute. And we forgot to put something on his patch. And then I left out one of his feet. But that's okay. He can have, you know, 2 black ears and 1 black foot. But we're going to do something about that patch on him. And I'm going to do something, put something on the bottom of his foot there. I'm not sure what. And now let's demold this one. And let's see what this is going to look like. I'm very interested in this piece right here. And it's got mica left in the mold. But I can clean that up. Not too bad. Okay. What a bummer, y'all. I knew something was off about this mold. Something is not, this mold is not right. Whoever made it did not know what they were doing. This is terrible. Terrible. I am just so, beside myself at this, y'all. He would have been so cute. Look at it. It looks so strange. Do you see the swirls in it? That is just the most awful mold I think I've ever seen. Oh my goodness, y'all. Lord, how are we going to fix this? Look inside of this mold here. Let's see what is going on in here. It's terrible. Just terrible. Y'all can't see all the mistakes inside this mold. I know the camera's not showing it, but it's a ton of them. This is just sad. Okay, what I'm going to try to do is I try to put a little bit of UV resin on the belly to see if it'll bring out the fish in his belly a little bit. And it did a little bit. But it's not great. So I'm probably going to get my money back for this mold right here. That's really, I'm really sad about that. But let's go ahead and demold these little bitty fish. I got this mold in recently, and I thought I would share the demolding of it with you all. I love these little fish right here. They are so cute. Maybe I should have put some of them in his belly instead of the other. Well, it would have done the same thing. These are cute. Do y'all have this mold? Any of y'all have this mold right here? I got this from Temu too. And it came in a set of 3. They're really cute. And they're all three different sizes in the mold. They get much tinier. As you can tell, these are tinier than the other ones. And then I have the next mold is even tinier than these. But they're really cute. I like them. You can do a lot of stuff with these. You wouldn't need to buy the stickers. You could just do these right here. And then here's the other little tinier one I was telling you about. I don't know why I threw that color in there. It's just what I had left. I'm just so bummed about my little bear mold, though. I just cannot believe that. I wonder if I ordered another one, if I got my money back for this one and ordered another one, if it would come in the same way. I think I'm going to try it because I really, really want this mold super bad, you guys. I really do. This bear would have been so cute had the mold not been messed up. So I think I might take my chances on ordering another one. Well, it's about that time to say bye for now, but I will see you real soon. I hope you all enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Monday. God bless you. Bye-bye, my friends.